The Nation of Yahweh presents The Unfolding Light. Today's call is brought to you by Builders of the Highway Foundation, Yahweh Education Center, Temple of Brothers and Sisters of Goodwill, and the University of Yahweh Neo Jazz School of Music. And now for your host, Dr. Lud Yisrael.
Boker Tov and Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to the Nation of Yahweh's weekly teleconference, The Unfolding Light. I am your host, Dr. Lud, along with my co-host, Sister Tamar. Boker Tov, Sister.
Boker Tov, Shabbat Shalom, family.
Well, praise Yahweh. It is a lovely day in Yahweh. Yahweh has his way in the storm. Yahweh can destroy the wicked with a breath of his nostril. And that's just what he's doing. And he told us he would. And aren't you so glad that Yahweh is taking care of them and we don't have to worry about them or nothing they're doing? It's so nice to just be concerned with being righteous and serving Yahweh. Praise Yahweh. Today on Unfolding Light, we'll have Who is Yahweh by the Most Honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh. And directly after that, we'll have a keynote message from the master teacher, the founder of the Nation of Yahweh, the Most Honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh. And directly after that, we'll have the part where we all take part in unfolding the light, and we call it Power Talk. And now I invite you all to stand and face the east with outstretched hands as we open up this episode with a prayer to our Heavenly Father, Yahweh. O Yahweh, God of our salvation, save us, gather us together, and deliver us from this heathen, so that we may give thanks to thy holy name and glory in thy praises. Blessed be the holy name of Yahweh and Yisrael forever. O Yahweh, let them be confounded that persecute us, but let not us be confounded. Let our enemies be dismayed, but let not us be dismayed. Bring upon our enemies the day of evil and destroy them with double destruction. O Yahweh, forgive our fathers for breaking your laws, and please forgive us for breaking your laws. Help us to never bring shame upon thy great name, nor reproach against thy works. For surely we have turned ourselves to thee, O Yahweh, trying to be upright. And as we confess our faults, please grant us protection against all of our faults. Cleanse us of our secret faults and guide us to the best of morals. For surely our prayer and our sacrifices, our lives and our deaths are all for thee, O Yahweh. Tefillah. Avenu Shabbat Shemayim, Yikadesh Shemeaka, Tavo Malkuterka, Yadze Rezonka, King Vashemayim King Ba'aretz, and Lekam Kukenu, Tang Lanu Hayom, Uslat Lanu, All Cartienu, Kimos Soul King, Gamanatnu, La Kotiam Lanu, Veal Tebienu, Lede Nisayom, King Kal Senu, Mi Hara, Kilaka, Hamamlaha, Veha Gibara, Veha Tefieret, Leolame, Olamin, Sila. We thank thee, O Yahweh, O living and eternal King, who has so mercifully restored our souls within us. So let everything that has breath praise Yahweh. And now, who is Yahweh? By the Most Honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. So who is Yahweh? Yahweh is a name that you should know, because it's the duty of the Son of God to proclaim his Father's name. And here you have a whole bunch of people going to church, 400,000 churches, and they don't know the name of the Father. They say such silly things like, Father, God, help me. Both of them titles. Father is a title, God is a title. Who's going to answer to that? The purpose of the coming of the Son is to reveal the name of the Father. That's who he prayed to, our Father, and he called his name. He said, hallowed be, holy be thy name. How can it be holy to you and you don't know it? Interesting, isn't it? There are a lot more interesting questions than that about that situation. But when you begin to read your Bible, as I call this to your attention, you will discover from the Old Testament of Genesis all the way through Revelations, it's all about the name of the Father. It's all about his name. But somebody got you calling some other kind of name other than the Father's name. And you don't know his name. And unless you learn his name, then you're never going to move from poverty to riches. And if you don't come into the knowledge of the name. Haven't you ever wondered why it is that you have the same God, have the same churches and the same names that white people have? I mean, have you noticed? You do. Our people have the same, right? Isn't it strange how God always answers white people's prayers? And black folks' prayers don't seem to be the same magnitude. You know, you say, well, I get my prayers answered. Well, why don't you ever get answered to be the ruler? I mean, you know, my people are always on their knees in front of white people asking white people to let them be accepted. Why do you need to ask white people for acceptance? Why don't you just ask God? Doesn't your God have enough power to make you accepted? Why can't you be the people that everybody else wants to be among? Why are you always running after somebody else to be among them? What's wrong with your God? Why do you have to go around always on your knees with your hat in your hand begging for a job from white people? Why don't your God just give you some jobs? Oh, I have to ask you some serious questions because white people move from poverty to riches every day. Huh? They come from Russia. They come from Europe. They come from England. They come from all over the world with nothing on the ship. Come and get in your neighborhood. Come with a buggy and a basket and a wagon and push it around in your neighborhood and move from poverty to riches out of your pockets. You live in the neighborhood and stay poor and just pray all the time. You prayed enough to rule all the world. So who is Yahweh? Yahweh is the God of the Bible. He's the God of the Hebrews. In the beginning, Yahweh created the heavens and the earth. Yahweh is the man that beat up on Pharaoh. Y'all remember how he put plagues in Egypt? That was Yahweh did that. Yahweh is the one that when Pharaoh got real sassy, he drowned him in the Red Sea. That's Yahweh who did it. Yahweh is the man that when Daniel refused to bow down to another nation and quit facing the east and praying, when he refused to stop praying to his God, which was Yahweh, they said, well, we're going to put you in the lion's den and starve them. Threw him in the lion's den. Yahweh locked the jaws of the lion. Lions could do him no harm. Rulers got scared. Came and got Daniel out and made him a ruler. Right? I just want you to know who Yahweh is. He made the sun, the moon, the stars, all what you see and haven't seen. Okay. So who is Yahweh ben Yahweh? I am his son. I am his son. That's who I am. I am the son of Yahweh. I don't care who else is the son or who else they are. It makes me no difference. I'm not here tonight concerning myself with who is the son of who. I'm the son of Yahweh. I have to tell you who I am. Yahweh is my father. I am his son. What makes me his son? What makes me Yahweh's son is I do not have a will outside of his. I have no thoughts, no ideas, and no program outside of Yahweh. You'll find that all that I ever do, all that I've ever done, and all that I'm ever going to do is found right in the Bible, and it's traced right to his will. No exception. I take no credit for all that I have built. It's all in his name. Yahweh. That's one of the things that make me his son. Also, I have no difference in his word. I only speak his words. Even the words I've spoken to you thus far, the principles of those words are all in the Bible. Every single one of them is found in the Bible. No exceptions. So I walk as he says walk. I talk as he says talk. I act as he says act. I do whatever he says do. I have no idea of doing it any other way. Those are the things that makes me his son. I obey his laws, his statutes, his judgments, his commandments. That's why I'm successful. He said in his holy word that if I obey his law, statutes, judgments, and commandments, that he would make everything, all the works of my hand would prosper. So all the works of my hands, it's prospering. I'm telling you why. Now, what about you? You might say, well, if you're the son of Yahweh, can I be? Of course you can. Of course you can be the sons of Yahweh. Every one of you can be. Every one of you can be the daughters of Yahweh. All you have to do is like I do. Obey his will, just like I do. You automatically become. You believe on his name, then you have eternal life. There's no other name under heaven that you can be saved in other than God who created it. You can't be saved in no name but the name of the one who created everything. And he gave his son a name higher than all the angels in heaven. What's the name higher than all the names that the angels could possibly have? The Father's name. There can be no name higher than the Creator's. So the son has to come in his father's name. Just like if your name is Davis, then your father was named Davis. If your name is Smith, your father's name was Smith. My name is Yahweh, so my father's name is Yahweh. That's logical.
Praise Yahweh. I certainly like to thank the most honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh for teaching us who Yahweh is and for teaching us who the most honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh is. Praise Yahweh. And now, a brief bio on the master teacher, the founder of the nation of Yahweh, the most honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh. Yahweh ben Yahweh came to Miami, Florida alone in 1979 to become the spiritual leader and founder of the nation of Yahweh. Although he took a vow of poverty that same year, within 7 years, he guided the nation and those who follow his teachings and principles to amass an economic empire in the Miami area and throughout the United States worth over $250 million. Under his direction, the nation of Yahweh has grown to encompass disciples, followers, and supporters in over 1,300 cities within the United States and 16 foreign countries such as Ghana, Nigeria, Great Britain, Canada, and the entire Caribbean. He has established the curriculum for the University of Yahweh, for which he has received great acclaim in educational excellence. Hebrew Israelite academies, homeschools are based upon his curriculum even today. The moral teachings of Yahweh ben Yahweh are bringing about a change in the lives of individuals by calling them to take a different approach to life. This approach is based upon the scripture, "It is more blessed to give than receive." Yahweh ben Yahweh has given that which cannot be measured in terms of monetary wealth. His gift to the world is the key to success in life, politically, educationally, economically, socially, and spiritually. And now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the Grand Master of the Celestial Lodge, the architect of the universe, the blessed and only potentate, the founder of the nation of Yahweh. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh.
They hire their family, the husbands, wives, and children, and nieces, and nephews, and then they have more babies, and they create another business and hire their family, and you the one making them rich. It's in your dumb neighborhood. What? And they charge you what they want to. And you pay it because you don't have any authority, no ownership. You don't think about these things. The earth is full of plenty. Yahweh said, have millions of babies and then move out and conquer the earth. Come on, give me some more of this subdue stuff. I like this subduing. I like to subdue.
Subdue. To conquer and subjugate.
And see, when we go out among Whatever land we take, we conquer them and we make everybody subject. That's what I'm here to do, and I tell everybody, all nations, I'm here to subdue you and make you subject to the laws of Yahweh, and there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing nobody can do about it. I'm going to subdue Germany, and all of Europe, and Asia, and Africa, and China, and Japan, and all the islands. There's not going to be nothing left but us when I get through. I'm coming. You can get rid of the border. Don't worry about no border. This earth is mine. Don't you worry about no border, and I got plenty backup. I got a terrible crystal hanging out with 20,000 small spaceships hanging right out. Don't you worry about can you stop me. You who believe me, see, I'm born to rule the world. I'm born to subdue the earth. I am born to conquer the earth. I'm born to make every person on the planet earth subject to the will of Yahweh. Nobody can do anything about that. Up front, I'm telling you. And I'm not bashful, and there's no conspiracy. I'm not talking about this in secrecy, and I don't care who hears me and know it. I'll show it to you. See, I have all authority. What's the basis of authority? Ownership of land. Well, then how much land do I own? The whole earth is mine, and the fullness thereof. Therefore, I have all authority. So all I have to do is multiply you, and then subdue it, conquer it, and make everybody subject. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And you who believe that I'm born to rule the world, and you who join me tonight, then I'll share the cake with you. Praise Yahweh. And you who do not believe that I'm going to rule the world tonight and believe it tomorrow and join me tomorrow, I'll share the crumbs from the cake with you. You who don't join me tomorrow and don't believe I'm going to rule the world forever and decide to join me the day after, I promise you righteous government. That's what your reward will be. Righteous government forever. So you can have cake tonight, crumbs tomorrow, or righteous government thereafter, because we're going to be over you. You don't join me, we're going to be over you. You have exercise righteous government over you. And you'll be happy. Don't worry. Just be happy. See, if you're unable to pay your rent, just follow the one that Yahweh sent. Don't worry. Be happy. Isn't Yahweh wonderful? How many want to hear some more about this subdue thing? Anybody want to subdue the earth? See, all who accept me, regardless of their race, their nationality, if you accept me, then you get to eat this cake. Mm-hmm. It's just that I come to you first, but I heard you be rebellious. It's written, but come on, son, subdue it.
Subdue. Vanquish.
Vanquish. Well, that's a mean word. Check that out. Vanquish. That's a meaning. That's frightening right there. That word makes me tremble. Vanquish. Woo. Vanquish the earth? Woo. That's rough. But I'm not bashful. I'm here to do it. Vanquish. I'm going to stand back with this one.
Vanquish. To defeat in battle.
Anybody have nerve to rise up to fight against me? Yahweh said, do what to them? Defeat them. Vanquish them. So I told you it was mean.
Vanquish. To defeat in a contest.
To defeat in a contest.
Conflict or competition.
To defeat in competition or conflict. Whichever way you want it, you got it. Come on.
To overcome or subdue.
To overcome. Overcome. We shall overcome. So you can't dream about this. You're not going to overcome at all dreaming. You have to get up and do battle. Is that it?
Vanquish. To suppress.
To suppress. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to suppress. I am a suppressor. I'm not an oppressor, but I'm a suppressor. I'm going to suppress. Read. Come on, show my nature. Come on, reveal me tonight. Suppress. I am a suppressor. I'm going to suppress this earth. Everybody on it, I'm coming to suppress, subdue, subject, conquer, defeat. That's me. What you think God come back for, huh? It's written, he come to have all authority. Why do I have all authority? Because I own all the earth. I make the decisions what happened to my planet. I made it. You didn't know I made it? That's tough. You'll have to find out. I made this planet. It's mine. You're looking at the maker. I created the earth. And everything on it, I'm the creator. I am the creator. And I'm here to subdue my earth and take it back. You'll see me conquer it. And you see, our enemy is not prepared to fight me. He's unprepared. The manner in which he is prepared to fight me is not the way I fight. He has prepared for us to come and conquer America and the world on a carnal, physical manner, thinking that I'm stupid enough to pick up his weapons that he formed, and that he's going to reserve the superior firepower for himself and never sell it to us, and think that we're going to buy his bullets to try to fight him on his level. Oh yes, that's what he thinks. That's what he has all these concentration camps for and all this setup, FEMA. All this is set up because he thinks that our people in America, under me, are going to come at them physical. If I decide to come physical, he couldn't do nothing about it because I come from out the heavens. If I want to go physical, I can. But see, I'm here to establish that I'm God. That's why I bring a few earthquakes. I swallow up people through earthquakes. I swallow people up through volcano eruptions. I knock people off with the ice and snow and floods and drought and famine. See, these are my weapons. I send mosquitoes after you, and flies and frogs and lice. Yeah, I send all that after you. You'll hear me when I get through biting on you with my bugs. You'll understand. See, all these are my weapons. So he can't do that. All the white folk together can't arrest a flood. The Air Force can't stop one of my tornadoes. And no set of Marines can stop my hurricanes. All of these are my weapons, beside my power on high. So then I leave my heavenly throne and all my power and put my mother plane on automatic pilot, and then come down here on the earth and dare everybody to touch me. Then I'm here to conquer you and subdue you and subject you to my will and let you know I have all authority in your face. This is dunk this in your face. This is skyhook in your face. That takes nerve to do that. And then let you know you can't conquer me. Why? Because I think on a level that you can't reach. My enemy is unable to strategize on my level. It's impossible. It's impossible. I speak in allegories and euphemisms. I speak in metaphors and similes. I speak prophetically, symbolically. He can't understand any of that. He's on a carnal level. He's beneath. He's inferior. So when I strategize and set up my stratagem for my war plans, and I lay it out in his face, he can't figure out what I'm saying. So he goes and gets in all his tanks and gets in his airplanes, and he gets all excited, and then I just be knocking him out, subduing him, subjecting him. All the time, I'm doing it. As I speak, I'm doing it. I'm conquering America as I talk to you right here in this building. I'm doing it all across the country. I'm working in the choir. My workman's tools are not being had. Praise God. He can have my phones tapped. He can tap everything, and everything I say is wide open because my conversation is holy and righteous, and there's nothing he can do about that. Doesn't know what I'm talking about. See, in the beginning, Yahweh created the heavens and the earth. He said, be fruitful and multiply and subdue the earth. See, I say that in his face. He don't know what I'm talking about. And my people don't consider because they're not serious. What am I back to? Judge or back to? Suppress. What is suppress?
Suppress. To put an end to forcibly.
Yeah, I'm here to put an end to wicked rulership forcibly. And when the enemy hears that, what does he think? What does he think? Guns. Doesn't he? I bet you he thinks tanks. Well, Yahweh will never buy a tank in America. Don't want a tank. Don't need a tank. Not to suppress an infidel. I don't need a tank to suppress an infidel. I don't need a tank to suppress a heathen. Isaiah 54:17. I'm going to let you see it. I'm not just talking up here. Although I'm about ready to quit now. Not because it's not good. I'm just having a good time. Isaiah 54:17. You must read this as I bring my message to a close for tonight. Never know what Yahweh is going to teach, but he's always exciting. He never disappoints. It may frighten you, but don't worry, I'm God. Just be happy. I'm not worried. I'm happy. Read.
No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord Yahweh, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord Yahweh.
Let's read that again. Isaiah 54:17, let's read it again. Read.
No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord Yahweh, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord Yahweh.
See, to win, all we have to do is be what? Righteous. How do we subdue the earth? Be righteous. That means that righteousness is superior to any weapon formed by the hands of a man. Righteousness gives us the power to forcibly suppress wickedness. Isn't that something? This is a spiritual level. The enemy thinks on a physical level, I'm moving on a spiritual level, and I win. Read. Suppress. Yahweh gave us orders to suppress.
Suppress. Quash.
What? Quash? That sounds like smash. That sounds like step on a roach and twist your foot when you step on it. All right. That's what Yahweh said, dude. I got to do it. Come on. Suppress. I want to learn what I'm supposed to do.
Suppress. To curtail or prohibit the activities of.
See, all these wicked folk with these pornographic movies, I'm going to curtail that. I'm going to stop that wicked activity of women showing their birth canal on a movie screen before the world. Bunch of freaks. See, Bundy told you, as long as you leave that on, they're going to be killing you and your children and your wives. They're going to be doing a number on you. Bundy told you. Says, you pornographic, wicked folk, that's what made him do it. He told you. I saw his interview. He said, pornography was my incentive. Pornography was his inspiration. Watching women be subjected to all that wickedness on the screen is what made him do it. I'm here to curtail all wicked activity.
Praise Yahweh. I'd like to thank Yahweh Ben Yahweh, the most honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh, for this message. We have a whole lot to talk about in Power Talk. And this Power Talk, we will talk about the steps to our rulership. Step by step strategy for our rulership. But before we get to that, Sister Tamar, we do have a word from our sponsors and what's going on in the nation. Praise Yahweh. Take it away.
Neo Jazz School of Music is an educational institute whose primary purpose is to rescue our children through music and the arts. Music and arts programs are scientifically proven to expand the intellectual capacity of the student in areas such as math and science. In addition, students of music and the arts make for well-rounded, productive members of society, no matter what career path they choose. Neo Jazz School of Music currently provides education and training to community youth in the greater New Orleans area.
Get it up! Yay! Oh my gosh, we accomplished life!
Yeah.
Praises unto Yahweh, and Yahweh be Yahweh. From the nation of Yahweh.
YahwehRadio.com. YahwehRadio.com. YahwehRadio.com.
Let nobody
turn me away from Yahweh.
YahwehRadio.com.
Yahweh ben Yahweh is a great God and a great King above
YahwehRadio.com.
Hey, it's Jeremiah Israel here, author and host of Live Talk. Just to ask you a question. Have you purchased the new book, The Spiritual Significance of a Name? If not, why not? The Spiritual Significance of a Name is a book that can really put you on a journey to defining who you are. Have you ever searched for your purpose or wondered about your purpose? Have you ever considered or thought about the names that you may name your children, or even the name that you may have? These are all powerful thoughts that comes across your mind, and it's all given to you through the Most High, because He put us on this earth with a purpose, and you can find your purpose within your name. Pick up the book today. Go to www.yeremiahisrael.com. That's www.yeremiahisrael.com and purchase the book. Purchase the book so you can be on your journey to defining your true purpose.
Praise Yahweh, family. The Nation of Yahweh and Yahweh Education Center invites our family in the Orlando area to support the Yahweh Education Center, conveniently located at 750 South Orange Blossom Trail, Suite 26, Orlando, Florida. We also invite you to join us for live talk today at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For more information on how to join, you can find us on Facebook at Education Center OLR, that's Education Center OLR, or you can visit the website at JeremiahYisrael.com. We're our host for the Jeremiah Yisrael and author of the Spiritual Significance of the Day will be discussing and sharing critical information on Live Talk. Our brother Samuel Boaz will be also hosting and sharing good news gospel, so you don't want to miss this. Live Talk today at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Nation of Yahweh and Builders of the Highway Foundation invites our family in the Miami area to visit the Yahweh Education Center, conveniently located at 1065 Northwest 108th Street, Miami, Florida. Shabbat classes are held every first and third Saturday of the month, and we also invite you to join us for fellowships and fundraising activities. Again, conveniently located at 1065 Northwest 108th Street, Miami, Florida. Our family in the Miami area, as well as our family, the Neo Jazz family, is happy to announce that we do have a Neo Jazz School of Music in Miami, facilitated by our family at the Yahweh Education Center, Miami. So we invite you to email us at info@neojazz.net for more information about the Neo Jazz School of Music Miami. The Nation of Yahweh invites our family in the Riviera Beach, Florida area to join us for a study class every Thursday evening from 6 p.m. until 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, if you are interested in attending this class, please call our family in the Riviera Beach, Florida area at area code 561-719-9527. Again, that's 561-719-9527. Praise Yahweh, family. I hope you are ready for our health seminars this weekend. Join us on Saturday today for Being and Becoming Healthy. Yahweh in Yahweh, a prescription for eternal life. And These classes take place at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Central, and 9 a.m. Pacific. Now for today's class, the dial-in number is area code 732-434-3669. That's 732-434-3669. And join us on Sunday for Being and Becoming Clean, Yahweh Ben Yahweh, the prescription for eternal life. The dial-in number for that class is 339-207-6011. That's 339-207-6011. The Neo Jazz School of Music is excited to continue to be developing the property located at 1701 St. Anthony Street and to the Yahweh Life Center. The Neo Jazz School of Music has a mission to create positive change in the families of our community through an education in music and fine arts, and to provide cultural education, training, and diversity for our community. In carrying out this mission, we have developed properties in the greater New Orleans area that serve to support the enhancement of the quality of life in underserved communities. The Neo Jazz School of Music and the Yahweh Life Center will support the spiritual growth, economic development, political empowerment, educational enhancement, social and cultural development for our communities worldwide. And your continued support of YahwehRadio.com is making all of this excellent work happening. There are so many things that are happening in the greater New Orleans area as well as across our nation. But we want to thank our supporters of YahwehRadio.com for helping to continue to grow this work and grow our reach. You can make direct donations to the development of the Neo Jazz School of Music at neojazz.org. That's neojazz.org. And YahwehRadio.com. That's YAH. Subscribe to YahwehRadio.com. That's YahwehRadio.com. The Nation of Yahweh is pleased to announce our upcoming Feast of Tabernacles. We are celebrating this entire feast online, family. That's right, family. We are strategizing around our Father's message to build collectively. And one way we are doing that is by pooling our resources, putting our pennies together, and doing as our Father commanded us to do. This Feast of Tabernacles will be observed on beginning sundown September 29th, with the Holy Convocation closing out at sundown on October 7th. We will be having classes each night from September 29th through October 6th online. Visit feastofyahweh.com. We'll be updating the site shortly with registration information. So we'll make an announcement when the registration information is available, but you can visit feastofyahweh.com for that information once it's ready. So we will be having an excellent online feast, but again, we are doing this with a mission in mind. Praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. What's that mission?
That's building the kingdom of heaven.
All right.
Praise Yahweh.
A great mission to be on. But all of our works is to support that mission. Because Yahweh Ben Yahweh said it in this message. You know, he said you can just tear down the borders. The earth belongs to him, and we are his co-heirs and joint heirs. That means the earth belongs to us. But there's something we must do. There is something that we have to focus on and get that done. And guess what? It ain't the devil.
Mm-mm.
The devil is only trying to deceive you. If you focus on the devil, you will be deceived. Period. If you focus on Yahweh and Yahweh's work, and being righteous, there's no concern of the devil of yours. You're not concerned with him. There's no weapon that he's formed, not a handgun, a 45 or 9mm, not an M16, not a A-15 AR rifle, not a 50 caliber, not a cruise missile, not a Tomahawk missile, not an aircraft destroyer, none of them weapons, and not a virus that he constructed for his purpose will prevail against you in your righteousness. Yahweh be Yahweh told us today, obviously, he can't fight spiritually. And obvious that spirituality, that righteousness, that morality, that adherence to Yahweh's law gives you a protection that he can't even understand. Yeah, I know most of us don't understand it either, but we know we have it. Did Job not know he had that hedge of protection? When Satan came, Yahweh had to remove the hedge of protection so that Satan could do his work on Job. But Yahweh didn't allow him to kill him. And that's allegorically of us. Yahweh is not going to allow this devil to kill us. We have his hedge of protection around us. He said there's a terrible crystal in the heavens with 20,000 angels that are poised and ready to protect us in all. Think about Egypt, my friend. Think about how Yahweh led us out of Egypt with a mighty hand. He is the one who hardened Pharaoh's heart, Yahweh, hardened Pharaoh's heart that he wouldn't let us go. Then he made Pharaoh come after us after he had to let us go so he could destroy his own army. What do you think Yahweh is going to do today? Think about it. What do you think he's going to do today to protect his children, his righteous children? So there's no concern about, the TV and the media and the de facto president of a fiat currency situation that has been set up to fail. Everything is being destroyed in our eyesights, and we are sitting on the sidelines watching it like a football game. Okay? And no matter who loses, we win. No matter who succumb to Satan, those of us that are with Yahweh, we win because we have a strategy. And I'm going to bring Sister Tamai in because she has a few words before we get to this strategy that we need to listen to and we need to talk about. Praise Yahweh, sister.
Yes, sir. Praise Yahweh. And you know what? It was just really amazing that you referenced the story of Job. And, when I pull up in the scriptures around that, one of the first things that Satan asked Yahweh is, let me go back to the scripture. He put a hedge around Job.
Mm-hmm. Job was protected.
Job was protected. Hast not thou made, and this is in Job chapter 1, verse 10. Has not thou made a hedge about him and about his house and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. So Job his righteousness put him in this position. But what really got it for me is that in this chapter, when you read it, like you lifted out, Yahweh allowed Satan to test Job.
Mm-hmm.
He removed the hedge. But I want to talk about this hedge just briefly because it led to something much deeper that I wasn't expecting. And in this, we want to dig into the original Hebrew word, which is suk. Suk is the original Hebrew word, code number Hebrew 7753. And it means of a primitive root to entwine, i.e., shut in, form protection, a formation, or restraint. the restraint word was something I wasn't expecting.
Hmm.
And what that indicates to me that there's a lot of stuff going on around us. Satan is constantly appealing to our
carnality,
and
our fears,
and an element that we just don't consider, or maybe we do, I don't know, but restraint. What does that mean in this position that we in? And I know we got to talk about our strategy.
No. Let's talk about restraint for a second, because, when I see the hedge being a restraint, see, we don't need to go out there and grab some of the devil's weapons and get ready to fight him. We need to have restraint. We don't need to go out to the streets and protest the devil to do better. We need to have restraint on those thoughts, because we know we want the world to be righteous and fair and moral for everybody. And it's not that way now with all of the restrictions they putting on healthy people. We know that that's just immoral, unrighteous, wicked. And we kind of wish that, the world was not like that. Okay, let's say that the devil and his systems was not like that. So it's not for us to go and protest that, because we have to have restraint. Now, Yahweh told us to do political works.
And have a political strategy.
That's a different thing than going out in the street and begging the devil to not be wicked. Okay? So the restraint is, yes, we would like to go out, Black lives, Black people lives do matter. White people lives matter. Every life that Yahweh created matters for Yahweh's purpose. Some of them was created to be destroyed. Some of them was created to rule. That's Yahweh's choice. That's not our choice. It's not up to us to protest, because Yahweh is the cause of all things. Even the devil killing the devil, even the devil vanquishing wicked people, as we see it today, what's going on. All of that stuff, it has been taught to us by Yahweh ben Yahweh long time ago. From the beginning, he taught us this is what's coming. And he said it's going to be worse than ever was in the history of this planet. So because he taught us that, we know it's going to get worse for people. It's not going to get worse for righteous people. Righteous people might not understand exactly what's going on, but you can't trust the devil. You have to trust in Yahweh and his word. Now's the time you have to 2 Timothy 2:15 yourself to sleep, to wake up.
Well, the one critical thing that it just popped in my head is that this amount of restraint that we have had to have throughout this process of overcoming the world. Really, we had to be able to pull ourselves from the deception of Satan's lies,
right?
So we can have a healthier lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
We can have excellent mental capacity and acuity.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to be in a position where we're able to perceive truth. And all these things, all these critical day-to-day things that we must do to have those things play a key factor in us acquiring the physical things that we need to overcome. But it's the spiritual work, it's the trust in Yahweh, it's the idea of having a clean lifestyle and having extreme
the pure in heart.
Mental acuity is going to help us do this.
Only the pure in mind.
Praise Yahweh.
Yeah, and the thing about it is that the restraint, and 2 Timothy 2:15 talks about rightly dividing the word of truth. Now there's scientists and doctors and all kinds of scholars that are on one side of this issue, and then you got the same thing on the other side of the issue. And the only way you can be understanding the sides is for you to consider both sides, right? And then you rightly divide what is true and what is not. There's so many things that are not true that you can rightly divide yourself by just studying, but that's not the point. We do, because we're getting close to that time, need to talk about this strategy.
Yes, because Yahweh made a very clear and bold statement.
Mhm.
He said that the basis of authority is the ownership of land.
And that is part of the strategy. That is part of the strategy. But let's go through a few points of the strategy. First part of the strategy, he said, is to multiply, to have children, to have babies, and teach them Yahweh's law.
Mhm.
That's the first part. Now, we have no problem with having babies.
No, we don't.
But the teaching them Yahweh, and not to give them to public schools or to give them to another race of people to educate, to give them to another philosophy to educate, that's where we have the issue. So we have to have these babies and teach them ourselves. That's part of the strategy. Have children, teach our own children the philosophy of Yahweh, the mindset of Yahweh, the law, statute, judgments of Yahweh. That's number one. Number two, and these are not in no particular order. These are just part of the strategy. Yahweh ben Yahweh said, authority comes from, how did he say it? He said, authority comes from ownership of the land.
Yeah, the basis of authority is the ownership of land.
So the next part of our strategy is acquire land, acquire farmland so we can feed ourselves. That's the next part, being able to feed ourselves. So we acquire land so that we can feed ourselves. Now, clothing ourselves is part of that. But guess what? Land can grow cotton that can be made into material to clothe ourselves. Also said, build community, build our houses. But guess what? Ownership of land give you timber, trees that you can cut down and make wood from to build houses. Come on now. We talking for real. So building communities mean we come together like other race people, Haitians, Cubans, Bahamians, Mexicans, they all come together and they move to one neighborhood. A bunch of them move to a neighborhood and subdue it and take it and become city councilmen for that district. They do that by having babies, by acquiring houses in one community and by providing for themselves. Okay, after we build a community, we build cities. After we build cities, we well on the way of building a nation and subduing the earth. And we have to vanquish the enemy of Yahweh. And the only way we vanquish the enemy of Yahweh is through Yahweh's weapon, righteousness. That's what he said. Now that's what he talked about. That's what he told us to do.
And a lot of these spirits, and again, this is a spiritual war, because the thing we'll find ourselves in is if we build communities and build cities together, but these communities and cities are filled with unrighteous people.
The wickedness that he was speaking of.
The same wickedness, the same immoral behavior, the same unethical practices, we're going to find ourselves in the same predicament. So we have to do the work within ourselves in order for the collective work to really become realized for us. Right. So I know we at that time.
Yep. So before we open it up for Power Talk, I just want to cap this off by saying it is time for us to strategize. Yahweh ben Yahweh has given us the strategy. It's time for us to strategize on the physical plane. It's time for us to connect with each other and each other's businesses to support them. And it's time for us to acquire land and connect with our Hebrew brothers and sisters that are farming and set up distribution systems so that we can do one of the first things is feed ourselves, acquiring land so we can feed ourselves. And then we move on to clothing ourselves and so forth. So with that in mind, we want to open it up for Power Talk, and we can discuss this strategy, these elements of the strategy. The first element is multiply. Multiply, have children, teach them Yahweh. But it is that time.
And so we do have a caller with their line unmuted. Caller with your line unmuted, you are now live on Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom, Elizabeth, over in Los Angeles, California. Can you hear me?
Yes, indeed.
Loud and clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh, praise Yahweh. He was so much on target. We are over here in California at the present time. We are vanquishing the governor and the mayor.
Yes,
praise
sir.
be
Yes,
to God. Praise be to Yahweh. Praise be to Yahweh. They will suppress our children no longer. We got children in school, so the schools now is giving the children covert. So we took them out of school and put them back online for doing their work. So we're defeating that situation. So Yahweh has showed up and Yahweh has showed out. My company has went into farming. We are going to have chicken for real, and we're going to have it organic, and we're going to give it to our children, and we shall live and not die. Look for Zabil. She's a sister of our company, Healthy Place Botanical. For all of you brothers and sisters, Yahweh sisters and brothers love you much. Alicia Aaliyah over in Los Angeles, California. Owned by Yahweh. Praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. Los Angeles is not the place for lost angels anymore. It's the place for found angels, found and loyal to Yahweh. Praise Yahweh. We enjoy hearing our reports from the West Coast. Praise Yahweh. And we are live in Power Talk now. And if you have anything to add, now is the time. We're talking about a strategy, a military strategy. Now, let me tell you about the military strategy. You belong to the army of Yahweh if you working to build his nation, they're working to build his kingdom. See, the army builds, they go in places and build roads and bridges, call it the Army Corps of Engineers. They also secure those areas from any threat, any external threat. And our righteousness, our righteous brothers and sisters, righteous energy will protect us once we begin to come together. Now, it's a process, but don't understand that Yahweh has given us the time to do this process, because hopefully we've been working for the last 30, 40 years since the emergence of Yahweh ben Yahweh, the most honorable, on our own individual righteousness. And it takes us years to get a grasp of being righteous and being in harmony with the mind of Yahweh. It takes us years of study, but Yahweh quicken whom he will. Some people could come in now and in months, they can be where we've been. It took us years to get, because that's what time it is. If they diligently study Yahweh's divine mind, then Yahweh quicken whom he will. That's scripture. So the point is, if we get on this strategy and begin to subdue the earth, to vanquish the enemies of Yahweh, and to vanquish them is being righteous. That's it.
And I want to lift out something, because our sister Alicia Aaliyah mentioned that they're doing some collective work in their areas. And that's the thing, is finding your counterparts. And Yahweh ben Yahweh gave this instruction a long time ago. Finding your counterparts means getting in connection with those who are like-minded with you, so that you can do some like-minded work. Now, y'all may not agree on everything, right? That's just a part of it.
Right.
But being able to bridge build, you find those ways to connect on things that are purposeful and meaningful, regardless of areas that there may be a conflict. So when we talk about being bridge builders, like you mentioned, we have to be able to figure out a way to navigate the things that separate us and work together towards the things that can bring us together. Put more energy in the things that can bring us together than in the things that separate us. Now is not the time to focus on that.
Well, I want to bring our personal business in this fray. because we have issues with avocados and tomatoes. So do we separate ourselves because you like avocados and thick tomatoes? And because I don't like avocados and I like thin tomatoes, do we supposed to fight over those differences?
I mean, you know, I love avocados. I love
and I don't like avocados, but I'll eat them in certain circumstances for the health benefits. But are we gonna fight because you like avocados and I don't? Well, see, the thing about it is that's what the devil teaches.
Yes,
strife.
Sir.
We teach us to focus on that which we don't agree on, as opposed to focusing on the thousands of things that we do agree on, and let the avocado and tomato debate go. It don't mean nothing. It's okay. So that's how we have to do as a nation, as people. You know, there's a lot of things that we may disagree on. The exact composition of it, or the exact time, or the exact this, that, or the other. But Yahweh will set us straight. Let's focus on building the kingdom of Yahweh, which Yahweh is the president, Yahweh is the mayor, Yahweh is the senator, Yahweh is the governor. And who do we serve? Yahweh. So let everything that has breath praise Yahweh. That he will set us straight.
I know one thing, Brother Lude, if when times get hard, if I got a outdoor garden, if I keep time different from the when you keep time, if I got a garden and you hungry, that's not going to stop me from feeding you.
Right. And that's not going to stop me from receiving food from your garden, because I keep time a little different.
Praise Yahweh.
You know, if I keep time,
I'm
better than those who don't keep time.
I'm going to feed you because I love Yahweh.
And it doesn't matter when I keep time, but if I keep time, I'll be blessed. Right. And eventually Yahweh will tell me that adjust your time a little bit.
Yes, sir.
But I bless you for your effort in keeping time. So let's keep ourselves focused on our strategy, our mission. It's time for us to feed ourselves, and it's time for us to be like the ant. Time for us to build communities. Haitians, Mexicans, Cubans, all other nations come in, Bahamians, they come in and they move in communities together. And then they subdue those communities. They get power over those communities, political power. They run for office, and guess what? All them and all their children vote for them, and they get in. We have a Vietnamese city councilman in New Orleans, and guess what? She represents a place where most of the Vietnamese in New Orleans live.
That's right. Yes.
And that's how she got elected as city council, because they came out and voted for her.
That's right.
And now she takes care of them. She's a city representative that makes sure that their interest is at the table. Where's ours? People of our communities get elected and they get drunk and they do all kinds of things and they do wicked things. They sell out and they can care less about the people. And it's not their fault. It's the people's fault, because the people will allow that and re-elect them. But that's another subject.
It is. But that's the strategy. And we do have a caller with their line unmuted.
Yahweh.
Caller with your line unmuted. You are now live on Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk.
Hey, Shalom. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
We're coming through loud and clear. Praise Yahweh.
Well, Shalom, family. Rokato. This is Brother Jeremiah out of Orlando.
Welcome, brother. Praise Yahweh.
You know, this topic about, us, coming together as one has been something that, really haven't got a hold on, as a nation for a very long time. And when I think about, the uniqueness of each and every one of us, because this is 100, the nation makes we talk about the 144,000, and the 12,000 that's within Judah. It's a reason for that. We all are unique beings, and we make up the body of Yahweh. And a lot of times what we don't take into consideration is the uniqueness of one another and the experiences that we bring, and how we can benefit one another when we come together as one. And I think it's all about us being able to just, listen to one another, understand one another, come from a place of, courtesy and care to be able to receive what the person is saying, although we may not agree, in a certain sense. But I think once we come to a point where we can understand one another and where we're coming from, because we all have different backgrounds and experiences. And because of that, we develop different belief systems. And because of those belief systems, we tend to act out and defend, those things that we have been brought up on. And it's by default. It's no, disrespect to someone else belief or experiences that they have, been brought up on or came into throughout their lifetime. But it's just to say, let me hear you out to understand where you're coming from. And, y'all, that's why y'all always say, find your counterparts, because he understood that. He understands, those conditions that we have been dealing with from a very long time. But I think as we come together and understand and become conscious of the subconscious beliefs that we have developed over a period of time, that we can begin to, open up that dialogue and really truly come together as one and do the things that our Father has taught us to do. I just want to kind of chime in. I want to take up all the time, but I thought that was something I just wanted to chime in, just mention, because we all kind of deal with that on different levels. So I just want to say praise Yahweh and total allow me to share.
Praise Yahweh. I thank Yahweh for giving you the wisdom to share. And I thank Yahweh for giving you the wherewithal to get on and share that message, because that message is powerful. It is not the point that we all have differences. The point is we all have the same God. We have that one God. And now we have to develop that one mind. Mm-hmm. We do love each other. We truly love each other. We know without each other, we cannot survive. We cannot build the kingdom of Yahweh without each other. And so we love one another. But now it's time for us to begin to focus and fine tune that action.
Mm-hmm. Get
that
serious,
one action.
Like Yahweh said last
week. Get
week.
serious about this action, because that's our motto. What is our motto? Our motto is one God, one mind, one love, and one action. So it's time for us to get to that motto and put it into action, that we focus. This Feast of Tabernacles will be a great feast because we're focused on acquiring land so that we can, what did Yahweh say about acquiring, about the land?
He said authority.
Authority.
The basis of authority is the ownership of land.
And I wanted to quote him: the basis of authority is the ownership of land. We have the authority to grow orchards and to supply fruit all over the country to our people. It's not hard to buy trucks. I know people now that drive tractors. One of our brothers who come on all the time drive a tractor trailer all over the country, Now imagine if he drove for the farms or the land that we collectively get to bring fruit to every person who's a part of that, of our organization, which is the Nation of Yahweh. That's a big organization. There's so many people that is a part of that. And that means that to be a part of that is to be righteous and to serve Yahweh. That's it. You don't have to be issued a social security number. Yahweh got your number. He actually gave you a number before you knew you got a number. It's called the Lamb's Book of Life, written in the Lamb's Book of Life. Your name is written there already, whether you know it or not.
I just want to lift out one point that you're making that is not necessarily stated directly, but I want to state it out loud, is that when Yahweh began his work, he began in production. It says, in the beginning, Yahweh created. When you talk about Yahweh created,
he produced.
That work is production. So if we're going to do as we see our Father, which is in heaven, does, he went immediately into production mode. So land is the basis for us, our authority, but also the basis for production.
So our feast, now that we under a certain situation in the world where it may not be advisable for us to congregate in a big congregation, we still can congregate just like we do every Shabbat morning on the unfolding light. We're congregating like we're in the same room with each other. It's like we're in the same room with each other. So our feast, as we do the cyber online feast, is online feast. Forgive me for saying cyber. Tomato don't like that word. But anyway, we raising funds. All of the money that we would have spent with the devil, airfare, rental cars, hotels, B&Bs, food, travel back and forth. We need to donate that to our land acquisition fund so that the next time we have an on-site feast, maybe we'll be blessed by Yahweh to have our own sovereign building on our own sovereign land that we have authority over. So we don't have to listen to people making arbitrary ordinances that we have to follow, and then the next day they rescind them, and then the next day they put them back in, and then they move them down, and they move them back, and they move them over. We won't have to worry about that. We acquisition our land because we'll have authority.
Now, I do want to remind our family that this is Power Talk, and Brother Ruth and I are having a good time in the studio, but we want to invite you to join the conversation.
Join the conversation.
Dr. Lou.
Yes, sir. That's Brother
Praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh.
And y'all got me jumping off the floor over here. I'm just loving the conversation. Praise Yahweh. It's Brother Yafo Seth from New Orleans. Just think about it, family. If we do that, if everybody on this call would say, okay, the money we would have spent at the feast, we're going to just put it in this fund. That could definitely be some seed money to do some powerful things. I mean, I think that's a wonderful idea. I just wanted to kind of chime in when I heard that. Certainly, Yahweh just led my heart to say something. Praise Yahweh, family. Shabbat Shalom. Just loving the conversation. Praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh, brother. I love you personally. I love you spiritually. And I love the mindset that you are just articulating. If all of us did that, we wouldn't have many problems in hiring our children. See, because production means, you need employees. If we had a land now that we farmed aloe vera, just aloe vera. If we use that to make lotions, if we use that to make, if we made suntan lotion, and now we know we don't need the suntan lotion, so we'll be making it for somebody else
to buy.
But guess what? To buy, right? But our children will work the factories. Our children will work the fields. Our children will work the marketing. Our children will work the distribution. Our children will work and get rich. All people who want to be dark like us, just because we grew one plant. And you know how when you grow stuff, it grows. Sometimes it grows without you even touching it. Yahweh got that on lock. Yahweh bless our crops. He's always did it in the past. He give us rain in due season so that our crops can come, and our first fruits, where we celebrate the Feast of Weeks, the Feast of First Fruits, and then the Feast of Tabernacles is the Feast of Harvest. So obviously land was a big part of our feast.
Our spiritual growth, yes.
And Passover is when we plant the seed. You notice that? You see how our three major high holy festivals is around having land and working the land? Because that's the source of all, Yahweh say the source of all wealth come from the land. Put that into action. He say, prove me now herewith. Let's prove him now by farming the land, taking the products that we grow off the land, making other products and feeding the world, feeding our people first, because charity begins at home. We got to feed our people first. We had to set up distribution systems that we can truck and fly our products all over the country. Now, I know people who have airplanes, brothers who have airplanes right now. So it's not, oh, how are we going to fly our stuff all over? It's not an issue. We're going to truck our stuff. We can truck our stuff today, all over the country, today. Not tomorrow, today. If we had the stuff, if we had the raw materials, or we had the products, we have the means to get them all over the country today. Yes, ma'am.
Well, praise Yahweh. The biggest thing that we need is the organizing of our minds.
Absolutely.
And getting ourselves collective around the energy. And I just want to thank the most honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh for giving us a motto for something that we can all work towards. And we know that we're all in different rotations around the sun, but our work is to collectively learn so that we can actually have the aptitude to do this work.
Well, I have a question. I have a series of questions. How many people out there listening to me have a problem with our one God? How many people out there listening have a problem with our one God's divine mind?
It's his mind.
It's his mind.
Not our minds.
How many out there have a problem with us loving each other and loving Yahweh? Okay. So now all we got to do is put all of that together into one action. You know, so it ain't about us disagreeing about avocados and tomatoes. It's not about us disagreeing with, you know, the sun rotation around the earth and the planets. It ain't about us disagreeing with math. You know, math. You know, it's not about us disagreeing with our attire or our hair color. It's not about us disagreeing with those things. It's about our agreeing with that Yahweh is our one God. We agree. Yahweh is one God. Yahweh's mind is the mind we seek to inhabit or to possess that one mind. It is up to us to love one another. And I think we all love one another. We love our family that's crackheads. We still love them. We still love them. We might not take our eyes off them, but we love them because they over our house, right at the parties, at the family gathering. We watching you, but when you got invited,
we knew you was coming, so we got ready.
And it's time for the one action, family. And if we do pool our resources instead of having a physical feast, have a holy feast where we pool our resources and not our physical presence. You know, we pool those resources, and out of that come a sovereign place that Yahweh owns. Yahweh owns the earth.
And I do want to just say one thing about this feast, because what we're doing is we're collecting some knowledge that we need so that we can do what we need to do in the meantime, because we understand that we're not all going to be able to just run to the same piece of land all at the same.
That land is going to benefit everybody.
But there are some things that we need to be doing in our homes,
in our own personal cities, where we dwell.
That we dwell in. There are works that we need to be doing.
Absolutely.
And your contributions to this upcoming feast is going to avail you to that information. And we do have a caller.
And caller, be mindful, we have a few minutes left.
Caller with your line unmuted. You are live on Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Praise Yahweh Ben Yahweh, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ben Yahweh, who is Yahweh in the flesh as a son. Sister Zabia Thalia Israel calling in from Holiday, Florida. And I just wanted to say, I'm excited about using this feast as a major, for lack of better words, fundraiser, to do that which we are supposed to be doing. And I just have one scripture to close with on that note, and that is in the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 7, starting at verse 13, about three verses. Consider the consider the works of Yahweh, for who can make that straight, which he hath made crooked? In the day of prosperity, be joyful, but in the day of adversity, consider Yahweh also has set the one over against the other, to the end of the man should find nothing after him. All things have I seen in the days, of my vanity. There is a just man that perishes in his righteousness, and there is a wicked man that prolongeth his life in his wickedness. Be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? Be not over the wicked, neither be thou foolish. Why shouldest thou die before thy time? And it goes on. But wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. So without money, there's not much that can be done. Money answers all things. So we are on the right track. He who controls the food controls the people. So let's get our work done. Let's get that which we need, not only to survive, but to thrive and rule and conquer. And these are the things that we've been without. So let this feast be the feast of all feasts. Let us have the mindset of getting the work done, building up the nation while Yahweh is tearing up everything else. Praise Yahweh ben Yahweh. I love you much, family. Toda for allowing me to share.
Praise Yahweh. That is the good news gospel of Yahweh. Let's make it happen. Let's do it. We have the means of doing it. Now, how many people, and we know it's, I would say millions of people. If Yahweh ben Yahweh showed up and said, I'm having a feast wherever, millions of people would show up. Right now, I mean, from all over the world, millions. If Yahweh ben Yahweh put out on the internet that I'm back and I'm having a feast, millions of people all over the world will come to see Yahweh ben Yahweh. Well, guess what? Yahweh ben Yahweh has never left. Yahweh ben Yahweh is here in us. And if we present and represent Yahweh in the flesh by doing his will, millions of people will come to what we build, to see what we build. But it's about ourselves. It's about taking care of ourselves. It's about righteousness. It's about doing the will of Yahweh. And it's not about tourism. That's just a byproduct. Yahweh ben Yahweh know how many people came to Miami, Florida, the city of Yahweh, to stay in his hotel, to see his Sun City beach property, to witness his immaculate mega grocery stores and supermarkets, but we in the final thoughts, and Sister Tamara will give you the final thoughts, then we got to close it out.
I just want to thank all of our family for listening and continuing to be soldiers in Yahweh's army. I want to praise Yahweh for our family out there who is in the chat room on YouTube. It is on fire. It's on fire. And to our family out there listening on Yahweh Radio, I praise Yahweh for your continued support. And I'm excited, family. I'm really excited about the work that Yahweh is doing with us. So I hope to see you next week. And I thank Yahweh for allowing us to be here today.
And help us to make millions of people listening on Yahweh Radio, because that's the new media for the world. Yahweh Radio will be instituting a news organization that will talk about what Yahweh has in store for us. Praise Yahweh. And that brings us to the conclusion of this episode of The Unfolding Light. And I invite you all to stand and face the east with outstretched hands as we close out this episode with a prayer to our Heavenly Father Yahweh, the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Tefillah. Ave Nu Shabbat Shemayim, Yikadesh Shemeaka, Tavo Malku Teraka, Yadze Rizonka, King Bashamayim came by Aretz, and Lechem Kukenu, Tang Lanu Hayam, Uslat Lanu, All Kartienu, Kimo Sasol King, Gamanatnu, La Kotiam Lanu, Veal Tevienu, Lade Nisayam, King called Senu, Minhara, Kilaka, Hamamlaha, Veha Givera, Veha Tefieret, Leolame, Olamin Selah. We thank thee, O Yahweh, O living and eternal King, who has so mercifully restored our souls within us. So let everything that has breath praise Yahweh. And always remember, Yahweh loves you, Yahweh Ben Yahweh loves you, and so does the nation of Yahweh. Shabbat Shalom, family.
Thank you for joining The Unfolding Light, presented by the Nation of Yahweh. If you have any comments or questions, please email us at thenationofyahweh@gmail.com. Follow us online at theunfoldinglight.blogspot.com and on our Facebook page at The Nation of Yahweh. That's the Nation of YAHWEH. Also, do remember to pay Yahweh and yourself first and don't touch it, as instructed by the Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh. You can send your tithes, donations, and offerings to the Nation of Yahweh at P.O. Box 555115, Orlando, Florida 32855, and be blessed continually according to Malachi chapter 3 verse 10. Praise Yahweh, and please join us next Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the next installment of The Unfolding Light. Shalom, shalom.
I feel like I'm light as a feather, 'cause my mind has been purified so much better. No more crying, well, no more would I have to keep on lying, 'cause it's smooth sailing, all in Yahweh. Yahweh. I wanna tell you something, no more worrying, no more worrying, 'cause you see, this time I got a peace of mind. 'Cause it's smooth sailing, well, in Yahweh. Gotta tell you something. You see, it's a blessing to be living on the earth today, in the time when the Son of God is here. So it's a blessing to know that He is the Son of God, that He's here to rid the earth of all of this killing and stealing and all of this drugs and all these crazy things that's going on today. You know what I'm saying? No more a word about losing out the time, 'cause you see, God, Yahweh is here now, and there is no doubt that it's smooth sailing, oh yeah, in Yahweh. Wanna tell you something, this time I'm gonna live a good life, and all I got to do is keep on being nice. No longer can people treat me cold as ice, 'cause my whole life depends on keeping God at night. No more will I be a hell's child, 'cause you see, God, Yahweh is gonna be here for a long, 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 long while. Smooth sailing in Yahweh. One more thing to tell. No longer can the people put me down, 'cause the glory of Yahweh has put my feet way up off the ground. Smooth, smooth, smooth sailing, oh yeah, in Yahweh. Once again, I'd like to testify to you that Yahweh really is God, and that it's a blessing to be here in the time when you get to see God put the devil down on his knees. I remember all the prophets wanted to be here at this time because they knew it was going to be a great, great, wonderful day. I want to tell you that it's smooth smooth sailing, well, in Yahweh. Well, I want to testify to the whole wide world that I sure enough love the Yahweh. Well, alright, I want to tell you that it's smooth sailing early in the morning, late in the evening, to the midnight hour. Smooth sailing, in Yahweh. I want to tell you that it's smooth.